Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, prepare your ear holes for the best wrestling podcast, the hard-hitting wrestling show.
Hello everyone and welcome to the hard-hitting wrestling show. I'm your host, Obi Muniz. Hey, this is a post-reaction of Money in the Bank pay-per-view that just got finished just now, and surprisingly, it's over by 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which normally most of these shows carry over to like 10 to 11 o'clock. But hey, WWE went straight to the point, and I will bring on with my rest of my crew. We got Hector, Frank, Tyler, and Noah.
How's it going?
Man, I mean, you just gotta laugh at everything that just happened in the last couple of hours and a half. I mean, from being tricked to just laughing. I mean, you pretty much saw it all today. I mean, it's just straight up sports entertainment, and I have to applaud WWE. Great job, man. I know a lot of people probably disappointed of the outcome of some of these matches, but hey, we're going to cover it down right now as we'll start off with the Fatal 4-Way for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. I think it was no surprise in there. I think the general manager is coming. Hold on.
Yeah, who was that?
And we're getting kicked off.
May I have your attention, please?
The anonymous Raw GM has something to say.
So, hey, I don't think it comes to a surprise. Out of everybody in the ring, Big E is the man. I was just in shock that I didn't get to see the hacker, which I thought was going to come into play today. However,
no, they teased it again, though.
Yeah, so out of what's going on right now, only one person did not pick, and that was my son, Jovi. But everyone across the board said the New Day. That thing was expected, being that they had just won the titles. I don't foresee them losing it now, but you never know what could happen in the next pay-per-view on Backlash, what's happening next month. Then we move over to the SmackDown Women's Championship, and even though I picked Bayley, man, for a second I thought Tamina was going to pull an upset. I mean, Hector, you and I talked about it through the match. What do you see on this?
I mean, it was kind of predictable. I mean, Tamina was dominating this match, and she let Sasha Banks get to her. I mean, there was a turning point, and you had to have seen that coming. But yeah, she really dominated that match to where she could have won that match if Sasha Banks was not there at all.
Right. Ones that was convincing also was Braun Strowman. Frank, did you get tricked on possibly Braun Strowman turning to
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely. I'm like, no way. Like, what are you doing? I mean, you see them all with their open arms, dropping to their knees. I was like, oh, gosh. And then they stood up. Once I saw these puppets, I said, oh, God, that's it. We're done. What's that just going to lay on his back? Yeah, and then that mask came off, and I was like, "Oh, down there it goes."
I don't know. I thought that was it, and then it had me wondering to see, well, if he did cross over, what happens to the title? I mean, but then again, at the end was the Fiend. You saw and I was telling Hector, the Incredible Hulk. This is what we see when you bully that little dude, and then all of a sudden his eyes start to. I mean, those of you that haven't watched the late 70s, early 80s of the Incredible Hulk. If you know what I'm talking about, not that crazy cartoons they got now. But
Bray Wyatt is Bruce Banner and the Fiend is the Hulk. Yeah, absolutely.
But hey, Braun Strowman wins, and he's gonna continue on with this feud. We'll get to see the Fiend now. Then we'll move over to the WWE Championship. Noah. These guys shook hands at the end of the match. How do you think Seth Rollins feels now? In your opinion?
I think this is just another step in the road for Seth Rollins, in all honesty. I can see them continuing this feud and going more. I was watching it with Tyler when that happened. I know Tyler doesn't like it when people who were fighting shake hands at the end of a fight. He wants them to keep fighting. He wants them to have that grudge going on. But I think it's just another step in the road for the Monday Night Messiah, and the Church of Rollins will be back in session tomorrow night. So.
Yeah, I think so too. The thing is I don't know what the twist is or what's going to happen to provoke another feud, something more bigger. But I'm not liking Drew McIntyre as a babyface. I like him as a heel. I think we need a heel to dominate with the title. And we're not seeing it. It's been a while since we had a heel. I think Jinder Mahal that I come up with. I mean, else that was a heel that had, we can't count Brock Lesnar because he was a part-timer, but somebody dominant that always had that title every week, just like blowing off people, whatever. We need something like that to gain that energy. And sometimes I see Drew, hey, don't get me wrong, when he stands in the middle of that ring, that dude's beast mode, man. He got the height, he got the build. Who could stop this guy, to be honest with you?
The Fiend.
Yeah, what the brands, man. But what's surprising to me, now we lead on to the Money in the Bank, Tyler, we say that the brands are all together, like Survivor Series. I'm surprised that there was no NXT involvement in there, like getting some of these guys a chance, maybe I don't know, for the woman's side of the house, maybe you had Toni Storm or Candice LeRae or something like that to get that peak. But anyhow, with the women's Money in the Bank, are you surprised? Is anyone surprised that Asuka won tonight?
Very. I'm not happy with the way that match turned out. I think it would have been better if either Lacey or Nia Jax ended up with the Money in the Bank. And to have Asuka, who, quite honestly, I just hate her gimmick right now, with just her being like, she just jumps around like a buffoon and makes all this noise. And, it's supposed to be funny, but I am just like, can we just take the mic away? Someone take the mic away.
You don't have the SAP button? You don't know what she's saying?
Yeah, right. No, I feel like even if it was in English, I would still hate it. So
yeah. Well, hey, if you need all those languages, you got to get Netflix, man, because they definitely have it.
As you like to say, I'm really sipping on the haterade tonight.
Yeah.
That is a major fact.
Yeah.
That is a major fact, Tyler.
Yeah, and I have picked Lacey Evans. I thought she had a chance just to get back because Bayley won. Shayna Baszler, I didn't like the finish, to be honest with you, because then we didn't get to see Shayna.
How do you finish the match without Shayna Baszler, Carmella, and Dana Brooke? All three of them weren't even there.
Now, hold on. Dana Brooke.
What, they fall down the elevator shaft? What happened?
Yo, she thought she won the briefcase. And I was like, yo, there's nothing but cash in there.
Yeah.
Fake cash because that was the conference room. Oh my God. She had a blonde moment. So I guess that's why they did it. But man, I thought, she was getting up there. But I know we're jumping, but in the men's Money in the Bank, the one that I was like in shock was Rey Mysterio taking flight.
Yeah.
And then Aleister Black. They're dead now. They're dead.
He straight up threw him off a building. That's
if they show up on Raw or SmackDown, kayfabe is officially dead. Like, what in the world? What are they going to say? Like, there was a mattress company underneath them. Like, they were just delivering mattresses to them. Like, oh, it's amazing. They're alive.
You know what would have been amazing if we backtrack when AJ Styles opened the door and it was the Undertaker's room.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good spot.
I was hoping that the casket will open and he'll just rise from the dead. Yo, that would have been perfect.
I just wanted to hear the oh yeah.
But see, with AJ and Daniel Bryan acting like two little school kids, like they just got in trouble by the principal. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
Like, oh, you pointed.
That was good.
You're the one who pushed the chair in. Yeah, but you barged in.
I liked all the little cameos they had, especially with what was it? Bruce Pritchard. Bruce
Oh,
Pritchard
yeah.
being in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was fantastic.
I love you.
Oh man, I mean, it was great to see some of these legends. Not those are the areas where I like to see the legends come out. Put the little 5 seconds in and stuff like that, instead of like trying to get them back in the ring like a Goldberg type deal. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I like that. It was pretty straight, man. But yeah, that was comical going to Vince McMahon, and then of course he had to clean his hands.
Yes, with the
following
Purell.
the rules. So
Yeah.
I mean, you
Clean
got
your hands, people. Clean your hands.
and I guess we could agree that Rey Mysterio got the worst end of it, man. He got hurt by
Oh,
Shayna
my
Baszler. Then he got squashed.
Damn.
hey, I'm sorry, man, but if someone was to put over 500 pounds of weight on top of my chest, yeah, I'm not continuing no more. I'm just going home.
Oh God, he got sandwich. And then there was John Laurinaitis. Oh, we had some
People
good
power.
ones.
Hey, why you wearing white? I have no idea, but hey, it is what it is.
People power, baby. He always had the best suits.
Yeah, and the pie with it too.
Isn't that the suit he got fired in?
Probably.
He's still wearing it.
But yeah, hey, but Otis, I think that was controversial, to be honest with you, because I thought that maybe you're supposed to climb the ladder to get the briefcase, not have it fumbled, and make it feel like the NFL, or maybe they want to repeat XFL or something like that. I don't know what's going on.
Apparently, us fat guys can't climb ladders because they'll just break.
Well, no, because Israel did that on the Money in the Bank pay-per-view in 2010, and they had a special ladder for him that he took out. Right, that's supposed.
I remember that. It's black and yellow.
And then it took him forever that even the fans had to like turn him on to get that ladder in the ring. So I thought maybe they had something like that for him. Apparently, that was not the case. But
nope, just James Ellsworth moment, part 2. Let's just throw it to the winner.
I'm just curious to see how this is all going to check out, because now let's focus on the woman, Asuka winning. Now we're going to have her confront the champion, Becky Lynch, tomorrow night. So that was another indicator that a Raw superstar from the female superstar was coming from Raw, because why would you mention Becky Lynch in the first place? And then from the men's side of the house, I thought it was a bad guy, to be honest with you. I thought whether it's AJ Styles or King Corbin, Frank, we talked about it so much that I thought them two, as soon as them two were on the top of the ladder, I thought that was it.
Oh, no,
it should have been.
We saw it first, and then, okay, they get knocked off the ladder. We're like, all right, well, let's see where it goes. You see them right back on the ladder, and you physically see AJ takes it off the hook. Okay, they both had their hands on the briefcase. Corbin falls off, and he just fumbled the briefcase.
Yeah,
doesn't make sense.
I got James on there saying that his son was angry that AJ lost. Me too. I picked AJ, but the thing is, talk about your son. My son picked Otis. Now we want to look at the stats here. I know y'all don't like my point system, but
no, your point system.
Don't bring this up. Your broken point system.
Jovi,
listen, Hector loves.
Yeah, wins and losses don't count with Ovi. We got to go by points.
Hey,
Hector loves the point system.
Hey, it's lovely, very lovely. But hey, big props to Jovi for the first time. He wins by himself. He doesn't have a co-champion with him. So he starts off the WWE year with a victory. So congrats to my son. He's not with us right now, as of course he has bedtime, got school tomorrow. Online schooling, very important. So make sure that your kids are getting their studies in. However, I love that someone that wasn't expected to win. Yeah, yes, of course.
You could say that with our bracket too.
Yeah, but it's always good to be surprised, because if you always think that they're gonna win and it always keeps it up, then it gets kind of boring. So yeah, you're right. A good shake up to see what's going on. But now this is over. Money in the Bank is over. what's going to happen tomorrow and thereafter, all the way that leads up to the next pay-per-view, which is Backlash. That's going to happen in June. So, Hector, I'll start with you. What do you see of all that happened today? What's the number one thing you'll probably see happen from here on out?
I think it's going to be Asuka and Becky Lynch. I think that's going to mainstream Raw right there, even though Drew McIntyre is coming off a win. But with this feud kind of relit again with each other. So I think this is what's going to be focused on the Raw side.
Okay, Frank, what do you see?
Pretty much. I think I think now we're getting closer to that issue with Bailey and Banks. I think we might end up seeing them start going at it a little more. And hey, look, you might end up seeing Seth Rollins and freaking Drew McIntyre form a tag team and win the championship. Who knows? They're shaking hands.
His stats told him that.
Hey, Noah, what's your take on this?
I think the biggest thing that we're going to see is obviously whatever Otis is going to do, and I have a feeling that it's not going to be a big payoff for him. As exciting as it would be to see him win a big championship, I think it's going to be something goofy, or AJ makes a case where he deserves to have a match against Otis to win the briefcase, and AJ ends up taking it from him. I could see that happening, just to have a funny story happen tonight, and then AJ eventually win it to be the guy that they want to have it.
Right.
You also see a crossover where AJ does leave Raw and maybe heads to SmackDown, and then have him confront King Corbin because they deserve that chance of the briefcase, have Otis there, and maybe we have a triple threat or whoever else is there. I don't foresee anybody else like Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio. I mean, they're
dead now.
They're written off.
On that. But yeah.
Rest in peace, Rey Mysterio. Rest in peace.
They got frequent flyer myers now.
Actually, I think also we're going to see Elias and Corbin start going back at it again. Also, though,
where did he come from? What was that? That was so dumb. I hate it.
Well,
Elias with the rooms.
They've been beefing for weeks. I mean,
yeah, great, but like just at the very end, they're like, "Oh, by the way, Elias is here."
Why not?
Yeah. Elias.
Because everyone else was supposed to be in Florida, but I guess Elias just somehow caught a charter flight up to Hartford and came through Bradley.
He had to go to Connecticut, the headquarters, to see the doctors to get clearance.
Of course.
To be around where all this going on. So yeah, man, awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, don't take it from me. Like I'm not supposed to know. Anyhow. Tyler, what's your take on this? Anything that happened in Money Bank you can see forward?
I mean, it was an okay night. The night was okay. The matches were all par. They weren't horrible. Worst match of the night was R-Truth versus Bobby Lashley. That was an absolute dumpster fire. But I am excited to see what they do with Otis, even though I'm not happy that he won. I think I'm agreeing with Noah here. I think AJ is going to have beef with him. And Otis is going to be like, "Oh, I can defend it and I can keep it," and then AJ is going to end up taking it from him with interference from like Dolph Ziggler or something like that. So we're going to see Otis lose that in the near future.
Well, my take on this, I'm not a big fan of Becky Lynch calling out the winner, but I think if I was Asuka, I'd be like dissing her. And just wait for that opportunity to surprise.
Yeah, win. Don't set up a match.
I think that maybe her and Shayna Baszler will actually connect, and we'll see from there. But besides that, you mentioned Bobby Lashley. I think Bobby Lashley is going to hook up with MVP, and then he already has the tag team already. So that's going to be a big boost, and we're probably going to see Lana fade away from all the action, and I think that's what we're looking forward to. As far as SmackDown is concerned, Bailey and Sasha they flirt a lot to where they're supposed to confront each other, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think
SummerSlam
they're gonna ride it away, and that's another thing. SummerSlam is canceled in Boston. I know it's not officially written, but the mayor of Boston said that there is no public gatherings at all until after Labor Day. So SummerSlam scheduled at the last Sunday of August. Seems to me that's not going to happen. It might just be back at the Performance Center, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But besides of all that, I mean, I enjoyed my time, to be honest with you. I just not a fan of last minute matches because earlier that time we have Jeff Hardy defeat Cesaro. I would have liked it if Sheamus would have came out and then attacked. I think that would have been more meaningful. But if this is a stepping stone for Jeff Hardy to get a quick win, then it is what it is. But anyhow, overall, I mean, as expected, I got my ratings right here for all the superstars. Right now at number 1, Drew McIntyre, the WWE champion with success. And these are the stats between after WrestleMania and right now. And then stay tuned for the podcast as I usually present the top 10 with their theme songs. So that'll be posted. But right now we have Drew McIntyre, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Cross at number 2. They ended up defending their titles twice so far. The New Day, Bobby Lashley's been active, one of the most active superstars since then. Braun Strowman, the Universal Champion, Sheamus, Aleister Black, Bayley, Nia Jax, and I'm surprised with the 2 Night Crew. I know they have their wins and losses, but their presence has been there. And those of you that don't know who the 2 Fly Crew is, that's Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. They're supposed to make their debut with their proper tag team name, but it hasn't been out there yet, so we'll see. I wrote an article about that because they're marrying with the 2 Live Crew. So those of you that don't know, you can check out HW's show. We got funny pics on that. So that's where I have it. Any last words, guys, before we let go?
Not much to say. Just hope that they can do something entertaining with these Money in the Banks this year, because last year was quite the bummer. You know, Brock with the boombox was probably the worst thing I've seen in WWE TV in a long time. So let's hope Otis can make something of it.
That boombox, man, goes with the theme song. If you listen quickly, that whoever's back there is actually scratching records. So that's why he was doing that.
I know a lot of people enjoyed the boombox, and I was one of them. But I don't know. I think overall with the show was tonight, I thought it was okay. As Tyler said, it wasn't fantastic. Drew and Seth I thought was a great match, and it's just a shame they couldn't have done that in front of an audience, because I felt like it would have been that much better.
Yeah, absolutely. Frank, nothing.
No, we're good.
All right. Hey, I appreciate you guys for showing up. I appreciate all the listeners for tuning in to the post reaction of the Money in the Bank. Hey, stay tuned. Our next episode is going to happen this Sunday. We're going to address the final 4 of the Mania Challenge. We have Shawn Michaels versus Seth Rollins. We have The Undertaker versus John Cena. And the winner of the 2 matches, we're going to also decide who is the champ this Sunday at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ready to go, Noah. We see who you're favoring. But
ready to rest in peace.
As we come to a close, thank you for watching the Hard Hittin' Wrestling Show.
Be sure to visit hswshow.com, where you can find all the Clovercrest Media sports shows, including the Hard Hittin' Wrestling Show, All 4 Downs, and Keys to the City. If you ever want to do a podcast, this is the place to do it. Starting at just $15 a month, you can get unlimited hosting and $50 for full service. Visit clovercrestmedia.com for more information.
A big thank you to the StreamYard for their fine streaming service. For Tyler Bard, Frank Cuesta, and Hector Vasquez, I am Ovi Muniz. Thank you for listening to the Hard Hittin' Wrestling Show.